Coming off of Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 Edition, I thought it would be interesting to rank every single Nintendo franchise in terms of how much their fan base is anticipating a brand new game. We've had a lot of discourse about how many of these franchises have made their way over to the Switch 2 and whether or not we've got enough big games on the console. So which franchises are most anticipated and which ones are just lucky to get a new game? Let's start off right away with Advance Wars. Advance Wars is one of those franchises that Nintendo probably won't be bringing back anytime soon. If you know anything about this series, you'll know it has had a very unfortunate and rocky history. The sales numbers haven't been abysmal by any means, but the most recent game in the series was delayed because it was coming out at the exact same time as the Ukraine-Russian war began, and so they didn't want to release it then. They delayed it, and they delayed it, and they delayed it, hoping that the war would come to some sort of conclusion, and then eventually they just released it because the war is still going on to this day. But Advance Wars, these fans would be lucky if they just got a new game. Next up here, we have Animal Crossing. The Animal Crossing series is one that I initially would have put at the very top of this tier. We need a new game. But if you look forward to the future of this franchise, I think we are a few years away from a game being announced, especially now with the Switch 2 version of New Horizons. Some of the biggest arguments that I received against that position in some of my videos covering the Animal Crossing news was that people thought, oh, this doesn't matter, it's not anything big, it's not a new Animal Crossing game, they need time to work on it, and like I said in those videos, they're working on Splatoon Raiders, probably working on a Splatoon 4 in the background as well. Animal Crossing is probably on the back burner, and they just decided to give us a Switch 2 edition of New Horizons to tide over those fans until we get a new game soon. The only problem I have with that argument, even though it is incredibly valid and does make some sense, is that Animal Crossing New Horizons, if its Switch 2 edition turns out to be the next Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, in which I'm sure they did not anticipate that being the console's Mario Kart, moving forward, we're not going to get an Animal Crossing if Animal Crossing New Horizons sells similarly to a Deluxe. Now maybe at one point down the line we do get ourselves a brand new Animal Crossing because New Horizons Switch 2 Edition decides to stop selling as much, people don't buy it as much, but even just now, from the update isn't even out yet. It comes out in January, and people are already buying New Horizons again. On the Switch eShop, you can see it is already back to number 3 on the top selling charts. That's insane. All they did was announce an update and people are going out and buying this game in droves. This could very well be another Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in which it just keeps selling and Nintendo has no choice but to keep selling it, and they just can't cannibalize those sales with a brand new game. This might be the definitive Animal Crossing, and they might continue to just add content to this game, because it would be very odd of them to give us a new update after they said they were totally done, and then this just be the last update and they don't do anything else with it. I think it's possible this gets continuous updates as well, and New Horizons continues on as the Animal Crossing for the Switch 2. So as to where I would rank it, I think a lot of people in the community are probably resetting their expectations, waiting for a couple years to go by to see what happens with Animal Crossing New Horizons, but at the same time, I'm not gonna plummet it down those rankings. I think people are still excited for a new game. I'm gonna say that it has to be coming soon. Animal Crossing fans, I think the majority of them would say a new one has to be coming soon, right? Even though that may not be the case. Next up, we've got the Bayonetta series. Bayonetta is a very interesting franchise because as niche as it is, as poorly as it seems to sell, the franchise continues to get good games and new releases. And of course, it's not entirely made by Nintendo. Platinum Games has a huge hand in this. It's somewhat of a third-party, second-party game, but Bayonetta, I think, will not be getting a new game anytime soon. I don't think a Bayonetta 4 is on the table for the next couple years on the Nintendo Switch 2. I think Bayonetta 3 really did not surpass expectations in any way. I think they went below those expectations. Platinum Games is probably considering an Astral Chain 2 before they would consider a Bayonetta 4. Bayonetta fans may be anticipating a new game at some point. I'm not entirely tuned into this franchise, but I would say that they're just not expecting it anytime soon. Next up, we've got the Donkey Kong series. Now, I'm going to kind of talk about both the 3D and the 2D in this one and combine it into just a new Donkey Kong game. Probably won't count the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. It's probably more of a Mario game than a Donkey Kong game. But as far as a 3D, 2D game could go, we just got Donkey Kong Bonanza this year. We are not getting a 3D Donkey Kong game anytime soon. Probably not again this generation. I would be very surprised if they decided to make a sequel to that game. It'd be amazing, but I really doubt that they'll do that at this point. So then the question is, will we be getting a 2D Donkey Kong game anytime soon? And what does that fan base think about that? Well, Retro Studios would likely be the team team to make a Donkey Kong 2D game, and they are very busy with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond right now. That game just needs to hit store shelves and needs to do well. That game is just, it's so insane to me how long that game life cycle has been, but still, here we are with Donkey Kong. I think it's not getting a 2D game anytime soon. Sure, they could have given it to a different studio, a different team like they decided to do with this 3D Donkey Kong, giving it to probably half of the 3D Mario team to work on, but here with the 2D Donkey Kong, I don't think we're anticipating it anytime soon. I don't think the Donkey Kong community is expecting it anytime soon. I don't think it's as bad as a we got a new game, but I think we're not expecting it anytime soon. Probably in front of Bayonetta in that sense, but not that big of a deal. Next up, we've got the Dr. Mario series. Now, I did not make this tier list. A lot of these franchises I probably would not have had on here, but it's interesting to talk about them nonetheless. Dr. Mario is one of those franchises that I think people would just be saying, we got a new game? Great, cool. Tetris is essentially what this game is, except it's Dr. Mario, and instead of having blocks, you have pills. And I don't know much more about the series outside of that. It got a mobile game at one point a few years back, and that has already been discontinued. Most people cannot even buy it to this day, I believe. So that game, it stopped getting updates. It wasn't as big of a deal as people might have anticipated, and Dr. Mario would just be glad to get any new game on the Switch 2. I would be highly surprised if they decided to give this game a brand new look on the Switch 2. Moving on to the Fire Emblem series. We just got a Fire Emblem game announced at the September Direct, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Now that has probably been a big point of discourse for any of you who have engaged with the Nintendo community for any amount of time within the past couple of months. I made a video about that recently talking about how Nintendo fans seem to hate Nintendo games, but still, Fire Emblem got its game. It's not a big deal right now for the fans. They are very much going to be extremely surprised if they got a new game outside of Fortune Weave, because we know they got a new one coming. So if they announced another one, man, Fire Emblem fans would be eating good. Moving on to the F-Zero series. Again, this is just one of those franchises that I am not certain could ever come back. I think it was Miyamoto that said at one point that the only reason they would ever make an F-Zero game is if they had a new idea for it, if they had a reason to bring it back. They're not just going to go back to that old formula and then just give us a new one in a modern version. It's not going to be like that. The newest one that we got was F-Zero 99, and of course that game is still kicking, I believe, so if you want to get your F-Zero fix, that's probably the best you're going to get. F-Zero fans would be shocked to see any sort of game anytime soon, and they would be saying, we got a new game? I think the same thing goes now for Golden Sun. I think we're not going to get a Golden Sun game anytime soon. They are definitely not anticipating any sort of Golden Sun game, are the fans of that franchise. Nintendo is leaving it out in the sun, so to speak, and I just have to put it at the bottom of these tiers. No one is expecting it. Moving on to Kid Icarus. This is actually very fascinating because Sakurai is wrapping up development on Kirby Air Riders, and if he were to move over to another game outside of Smash Brothers, if they were to give us some sort of Smash Ultimate Switch 2 edition in which Sakurai wouldn't have to work in the development process as much, perhaps he could work on a new Kid Icarus game, or at least port over Kid Icarus Uprising. I think that is very possible. The fan base is holding on to that hope, holding on to those rumors that we got a year or so ago about Kid Icarus Uprising coming over to the Switch, or the Switch 2 getting an edition for that. I think Kid Icarus, it would be nice, but I don't think anyone is particularly anticipating it. I'm going to put it in the middle of these tiers just to round things out a little bit, because those fans are probably expecting something, but they're really not going to expect anything, if that makes sense. Both at the same time. Next up, we have a very interesting one because it's the Kirby franchise. Now, this is going to cover pretty much any game in the Kirby series, a 2D game, a 3D game, whatever you can think of. This is what I'm going to cover right now. Kirby is interesting because we did get 2 Kirby games this year. We got Kirby in the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition with a bunch of new content for Star-Crossed World, and then we got Kirby Air Riders coming out in December, so that is going to be 2 Kirby games in the first year of the Switch 2. If it were any other franchise on this list outside of perhaps Mario, I would be saying there's no shot you're anticipating any sort of new game. It's not going to be something that gets a ton of games in the first couple years of the franchise, but Kirby fans, they eat and they eat good. Their stomachs are bottomless. Everyone knows that Kirby gets new games all the time, and people are just loving it if you're a fan of this franchise, and at the same time, I think you're starting to expect it if you're a fan of the Kirby franchise. So Nintendo, They are not going to be giving you probably a new 3D game anytime soon, but a 2D game next year is on the table. I would not be surprised if in February they announce a brand new 2D Kirby game, and by the end of the year or by summer, it's out for us on the Switch too. And even if it's not just a 2D game, even if it's some sort of weird spin-off, people are expecting a new Kirby game. People are expecting a new Kirby game. This franchise is going to be getting a new game soon. I'm going to say it's going to be in the has to be coming soon tier. Next up, we have Luigi's Mansion. Now, this is going to be easily the first we need a new game franchise. It has been almost 7 years since we got Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Nintendo Switch. The game sold like gangbusters. I just saw a tweet the other day that said Luigi's Mansion 3, all on its own, has outsold the entirety of the Silent Hill franchise. This game, this franchise, it is going up to reach new heights, and I think Nintendo knows it. I think they know they have a new pillar on their hands. They have a new franchise on their hands that is going to be rivaling all of their best. And I think they want to treat this franchise in the new games that comes with it as a huge deal. They want to treat this like a 3D Mario game. They want to treat this like a 3D Zelda game. They want everyone to know this is one of the best games, one of the best experiences, and a reason, a core reason to buy the Switch 2. This game is coming soon, and we need a new one. The Luigi's Mansion franchise needs a new game. The fans are hungry for it, and it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to look amazing. I cannot wait for it myself. Next up, we have the Mario and Luigi series, another very interesting one because a lot of arguments could be made. We just got Brothership last year. The franchise came back from the dead, and a lot of people weren't a big fan of that game, including myself. I honestly didn't even finish the game. You can go check out my review on it if you want to know more about it. But Brothership wasn't it for me and wasn't it for a lot of people, but still it shows Nintendo's interest in bringing those franchises back, allowing them to be in the limelight for a certain amount of time at least. Nintendo could give us a Switch 2 edition of Brothership, and I think a lot of people might be anticipating that within this community, but at the same time, a new game isn't coming soon. I don't think people are very high on those expectations for this franchise, so I'm going to put Mario and Luigi in the not expecting it anytime soon category. Next up, we have the Mario Kart series, and yes, I am separating it from the Super Mario series. They are different enough. Mario Kart just got a new game this year. If they gave us another one, that would just be one of the weirdest things they have ever done. Even if it was something weird like a Switch 2 edition of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, absolutely no Mario Kart fan is expecting a new one. Everyone's jaw would be dropped on the floor. I'm going to put this at the bottom of the tiers. It's going to be a we got a new game franchise. Next up, we have Mario Party, and this franchise, I am telling you right now, most people are going to consider Super Mario Party Jamboree in that Switch 2 edition and say that's the Switch 2's Mario Party, right? Well, we got 3 Mario Parties on the Nintendo Switch. We got Super Mario Party 2 years within the console's life. We got Super Mario Party... We got Mario Party Superstars, which was kind of like a compilation of all the old boards. People loved that game. Then we got Super Mario Party Jamboree within the last couple years of that console's life. Now here on the Switch 2, we've already gotten a Switch 2 edition of Jamboree. I think we're getting a new one within the next couple years, but not anytime soon. I think it's going to be in the would be nice category. I'm not going to put it in the not expecting it anytime soon, but I think within the next 2 to 3 years, we could certainly see a new one. So I think I'm going to put it in the would be nice category for the Mario Party fans. Maybe they weren't a big fan of Jamboree, but they know a new one could come at any point. At next year's September Direct, they could announce a new one for the beginning of 2027, and no one would bat an eye, so it would be nice. Next up, we have the Super Mario franchise. I'm going to talk about the 3D games and the 2D games here. The 2D franchise, we're not expecting anything anytime soon because, of course, Mario Wonder is coming on the Switch 2 as a Switch 2 edition, getting some new content. No one is expecting a new 2D game to come anytime soon, but a 3D game could come literally at any time. I am sure those fans are expecting it. Everyone is waiting on a 3D Mario. Everyone thought that this year was going to be the year for that, and instead we got a 3D Donkey Kong made by some members of the Odyssey team, of the 3D Mario team. So as a 3D Mario fan myself, knowing a lot of 3D Mario fans in the community, we are all expecting a new game. We need a new game, and I'm going to put it on top of the tiers, above Luigi's Mansion, because it has been so long since Odyssey, and we need a new 3D Mario. Next up here is Metroid. Again, we're going to talk 2D and 3D. First off, with the 3D series, of course, we're getting Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, a new game in that franchise finally coming after it was initially announced in 2017 back in June, and it got delayed, it got scrapped, then they redid it, and now it is on the Switch 2 as a cross-generation release using the mouse functionality. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is coming, and it is going to be amazing, I'm sure. But at the same time, people are going to be waiting for a 2D game because Metroid Dread sold phenomenal. It was the best-selling game in the series and was a phenomenal game. People love Metroid Dread, including myself. And so I don't think people are necessarily saying, oh, 2D Metroid anytime now, but I do think it's coming rather soon. I think we're going to hear more about a 2D Metroid game faster than you might think. So as we move forward, the fan base is expecting Prime 4 to come out this year, hit that release date, not get delayed again, and then the fans are just going to be very content. If we're looking at it from the fan base perspective, a new 2D game would be nice. That's where I'm going to put it in. And I'll even put it in between Kid Icarus and Mario Party because Kid Icarus fans are probably looking for a new game more than a Metroid fan would be. But the 2D series, it would be nice to get it within the next year or two. Then we come to the Mother series. Oh, you poor fans. You already know. We got a new game? Did we really get a new game? No way. At the bottom of the tiers, even below Mario Kart. Next up, we've got the Paper Mario franchise. This is fascinating because Mario consistently gets new games every single year from all of his different series. We're getting Mario Tennis Fever coming up soon in February. Next year, if we were to get any other kind of Mario game, I'm pretty sure it would be a 3D one. And of course, we know Mario Brothers Wonder is already coming within the next year as well. So we have 2 Mario games confirmed already for next year. Paper Mario is one of those franchises that Origami King came out a long time ago. That was the last original one. We got a remake of Thousand Year Door the past couple years ago in like the May of 2024, May of 2025, something like that. So I don't think people are necessarily expecting it. I don't think they're saying anytime soon we're getting it, but at the same time, it's probably going to be at the top of the would be nice tier. It doesn't have to be coming soon, I don't think. I don't think anyone's saying, where's the new Paper Mario? But at the same time, it is probably coming relatively soon, so I'm gonna say it would be nice. Next up, we have the Pikmin franchise. We just got a update for Pikmin 4, which is one of the most odd additions to that game. They didn't give us a free upgrade for the Switch 2 or a Switch 2 edition. They simply upgraded the base game in terms of its content. They updated it. And so, looking forward, I'm not exactly sure what this means for the Pikmin series or what the fan expectation is moving forward, because a lot of Pikmin fans know these games take ages to develop and ages to come out. Even when you know about it, it will probably be about a year or two away from release. And so Pikmin 5, I don't think that they're going to do it anytime soon. But as far as a Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition, maybe fans had hope at the beginning of this console generation, but now, after this update, I think that hope has slipped away even more. Because why would you update it and then not tell us about a Switch 2 edition if that was in the works? A comparable thing for this would be if Animal Crossing got that update without a Switch 2 edition. How confusing would that be for Animal Crossing fans? I think that's what Pikmin fans are going through right now. And I'm going to say, because of that, they might have had it in the would-be nice tier, and maybe even the has to be coming soon tier, but I'm going to put them in the not expecting it anytime soon category, because I don't think Pikmin fans can say for certain they're getting a new game anytime soon. Next up, we've got the Pokemon franchise. Pokemon, you guys just eat so good. Everyone knows you're going to get a new game every single year. We already know from the leaks the next generation is coming next year as far as there's not any sort of delay. Pokemon will always get new games. Fans are always going to be anticipating new games. They're not shocked that they get a new game, so I don't even know where to put them in these tiers, but I'm just going to say it would be nice. I'm going to put them right in the middle just because I'm not exactly sure what to do with this franchise. Everyone knows you get a Pokemon game every single year. Spin-offs, remakes, new games. Pokemon always gets new content, so I'm just going to put them in the would-be nice tier because they're content no matter what, and they're hoping that these games get better. Next up, we've got the Punch-Out franchise. I think Punch-Out has more hope than most people would anticipate. The fan base is probably not letting themselves dwell within that hope, but we just got a new game on the 3DS about a decade ago or so it's not that bad. It's not that far away. Like it's not a Mother debacle here. It's not hopeless. I think there's a chance Punch-Out comes back and is a little bit more culturally relevant for some people who were saying that those games weren't in tune with how most people are today, but Punch-Out could definitely get a new game sometime soon. I don't think anyone is expecting it, but I do think that fans are having a lot more hope than someone from the Mother series is. I don't think anyone would say, we got a new Punch-Out game. I think they would say, wow, it's back. It's more of those expectations that I think have it in the not expecting it anytime soon tier, probably below Bayonetta, close in between those we got a new game and not expecting it anytime soon, but not expecting it anytime soon is where I would put it. Then of course we got Rhythm Heaven. Not a lot to say about that. A new game is coming. We got a new game. It would be shocking if they got a second Rhythm Heaven game within this year, so definitely at the bottom of this list. Next up, we have the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. This is a weird one. I don't think anyone is anticipating a brand new Smash Bros. Game within the next year or two, but I would say that the fans are starting to get hungry for it because we're coming up on 7 years since Ultimate released. Now, we got a lot of DLC, and that game was a big part of the Switch generation and that entire life cycle, but still, I don't think people are expecting a new Smash Bros. Within the first year of this console, or within the second year of it. But within that third year, perhaps. I have been very strongly against the idea of a new Smash coming soon. I don't think we're getting it soon. I think it's going to be a long wait. I think 2028 is probably the earliest we would potentially see this franchise, but I think the fans feel differently. I think Smash Bros. Fans would even say that it has to be coming soon. Whether we get a Switch 2 edition of Ultimate or a brand new game, Smash fans are hungry and waiting for it, so I think it has to be coming soon in terms of the anticipation that the fan base has. Here's another weird one. Splatoon. We're getting Splatoon Raiders. We don't know when. They didn't even give us a year. They didn't even say 2026, which is so odd to me. But at the same time, we got a new update for Splatoon 3. Now we know Splatoon Raiders is coming. I think Splatoon fans are going to be sitting in that would-be nice category. I think they're saying Splatoon 4 could come anytime soon, but at the same time, they're probably not really expecting it within the year or two of this console. Splatoon Raiders is going to be a big game. I think they want to push that as a big single-player experience, something that people can get really excited about. We'll see how well that game does, and I think that might determine when Splatoon 4 comes out. But as far as Splatoon fans go, as far as that community goes, I think they're sitting in the would-be nice category for a brand new game. Splatoon Raiders will probably take that spotlight for a little bit, but Splatoon 4 is certainly coming. Next up, we've got Star Fox. This franchise feels hopeless, but I don't think it's as hopeless as some might seem. It's not going to be in the we got a new game category. I think we're putting it in the not expecting it anytime soon category. I don't think they're gonna let it die. I think Miyamoto would probably find some way to bring Star Fox back, bring it up to modern standards, do something with it, anything with it, to make people excited for this game again. No one is expecting it anytime soon, but Star Fox is certainly not dead. We're going to be getting a resurgence within this generation. I'm pretty certain about that. Next up, we've got the legendary Starfy. I've never even heard of this. So, we got a new game. WarioWare. This is an interesting one as well. I think WarioWare fans are certainly anticipating a new game this generation, but when, I don't know. I think they're going to say they're not expecting it anytime soon. WarioWare is not a franchise that Nintendo is going to push out as quick as possible, but it is certainly one that they've continued to give us over the generations. So WarioWare, not expecting it anytime soon, but could be coming at a certain point. Next up, we have Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, I made an entire video talking about the future of this franchise, what it could have in store for us, but I think this fan base is hungry. I think we're ready for a new game. We got Xenoblade Chronicles X earlier this year. I understand that. But for the Switch 2, for this Monolith Soft Studios, for everything that they have coming, I'm sure that fans are waiting for something. I know I'm waiting for something, whether it be a new franchise, a Xenoblade 4, just anything. I am hungry for a new Xenoblade experience. Many people are as well. I'm going to say we need a new game. Now, I know some Xenoblade fans, or some people who aren't even Xenoblade fans, might be looking at this saying, how can you say that? How can you put it at the top of the tiers when you just got Xenoblade Chronicles X? It's totally different than the mainline series, and of course X is a phenomenal game, but I didn't even finish it because I think it's not the same quality as the other Xenoblade Chronicles games are. The storyline isn't my favorite. It's not a narrative-driven experience. It's much more of a gameplay experience, and that's fine. I will eventually finish that game and go back to it. As far as the Xenoblade Chronicles 4 goes, I think people are waiting, and I think people are hungry. Moving on to the Yoshi franchise. This is another interesting one because we have a 2D game coming with Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and I don't think we're probably going to get a 3D Yoshi game this generation. That was something I was really hoping for when we saw the opening cutscene of that Yoshi trailer, but we're probably just going to get our typical Yoshi 2D game and then not another one anytime soon. Now, perhaps it's not going to be as hopeless as some expect. Maybe we get a 3D Yoshi game, maybe we get some sort of Yoshi spin-off. I doubt it, but I'm going to put it in the not expecting it anytime soon category, not the we got a new game category. Then, we have the Legend of Zelda franchise. This is crazy because we just got Echoes of Wisdom last year, so a 2D game probably isn't on the table. We got a Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition and a Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition this year, but the last 3D Zelda game in terms of its new release came out in 2023. we are going to be about 3 years post Tears of the Kingdom, coming in 2026. People could be expecting this franchise soon, people could be expecting a teaser soon, but if we know anything about this development team, it's going to take a while. Now, here's another thing. It may take a while, but what they have not proven to us is that they will wait and show us it when it's ready. They will show it to us when they decide they want to show it to us. So that means it could be shown off this coming year. We could very well see the future of the Zelda franchise, the next 3D game, this year. Even if it doesn't come out until 2028, they could show it to us this year. At the same time, we're always expecting a Zelda game because of remakes, ports, all of these different things that the Zelda series has continued to do. They've given us a new Zelda game pretty much every single year, even if it's just a remake or just a port. We've gotten pretty much a new one every year since the Switch generation began, and Zelda fans just come to expect a new game every year, whether that be a remake or a port or a new game or a 2D game or a 3D experience. No matter what it is, we're expecting something for 2026. So I'm going to put this in the has to be coming soon category. Whether or not it's going to be a 3D game, we will see, but I'm sure we get something next year and the fan base will be hungry for it. Lastly, we have the ARMS franchise, and I don't even know if you can call it a franchise because it is a one-off game, right? But the game sold pretty well. It sold just about as well as any Metroid game ever has. If Nintendo wanted to bring it back, it would certainly have its people. I would be there day one. I loved ARMS on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's possible that they bring it back, that they tune up things a little bit, add some more characters, add some story to it perhaps. This is not a dead franchise in my opinion. It could very well be, but I don't see it. I think they're going to try and make this something, make it a little bit of a niche subset of a game that they can put out every once in a while and people will just be happy for it. It could very well even be replacing the Punch-Out series. Now, I don't think that is the case either, but it was certainly popular enough to make me think that they're going to want to put it out on the Switch too. So I'm going to say it's not in the expecting it anytime soon category, but still, ARMS is not dead in the water. So those were all of the Nintendo franchises that were on this list. I don't think I missed any glaring ones. If I did, make sure you let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, please like it. If you liked this video and enjoyed, please press that like button, press the hype button. Make sure you subscribe to join the channel and press that notification button to know exactly when all of my videos release. Consider joining my membership program, supporting the channel just a few bucks a month for early access to all of my videos and just to support me as an individual creator. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you click on the left side of your screen to see my Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 review. Were those games worth $70, 40 bucks a piece? And click on the right side of your screen to see my Animal Crossing playlist with all of the videos that I covered with this new update. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Make sure you have yourself a phenomenal day. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk. I have been Ray, and I will see you all in the next video.